Hi everybody, my name is Joanna Vargas and welcome to Living Fully with me at the Fit Factor in downtown Alhambra. And today I get to interview Rachel Brodeur.
Hello.
She is one of our yoga instructors here, and she is our instructor in the spotlight for this month, and I'm so excited, and let's begin. So Rachel, where did you grow up and what kind of girl were you when you were younger?
Awesome. So I grew up in a really small town outside of Boston called Rockland. Very small. And when I was a little girl, I did gymnastics, so you could find me at the studios. I competed until I was about 8. And then I also did soccer, so I was on team to team until about 15. So the girl that I was always moving, always learning, always developing community, whether that be with my town, playing town soccer, or with the gymnasts on my team.
So you're a gymnast. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what got you into practicing yoga and how old were you?
I was 21, 22. So it was my...
Like last year, right?
Oh man, I wish. I'm 26 now. But I was in college and I was going to the gym. I had really been treating my body badly, so I was like, you know what? Taking a turn, going to the gym, starting to eat better, sleep better, less booze, less partying. Turning over a new leaf, really, because my mental health really corresponded with how my body felt. So as I started to go to the gym, I started to see like people go into this yoga room, and I had never done yoga before. And I was like, all right, let's try it out. It's a free class at my gym, why not? And I was kind of getting bored with the gym world of like, everyone knows this, everyone knows that, but I wanted to have a little bit more than just the body experience. I wanted a mental experience too. So I walked in and I was terrified. I didn't know one pose, I didn't know what Shavasana was, and I took a down dog and I held it for maybe 3 seconds.
And went down to child's pose.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my, like I had never been really upside down. Well, of course in gymnastics, but before, that, it was just gymnastics, huge break, and then coming back to yoga. So being upside down, learning how to breathe properly and stress levels, that's really what got me into it. It was the first Shavasana I had ever taken, and the teacher just led us through this beautiful guided meditation, and I was just hooked. It was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. And yeah, from there, I just kept coming back. I went home for Christmas break. I did online videos and still couldn't hold up dog for the lift. And it was the challenge that I was looking for, both physically and mentally.
That's amazing because you were a gymnast and that was difficult for you. So somebody getting into practicing yoga, that if it's difficult, wow, somebody coming from being a gymnast.
Yeah, and
wow.
Also a dancer. So I had known, lengthening and strengthening, but still there was something a lot different to yoga. I would say because there was a philosophy behind it, and because of the meditation. You don't get that when you're dancing or when you're doing gymnastics. It's more just like stick it, land it,
perform.
Yeah, perform. And I was really over-performing. I wanted something that was simply for me and helped me explore my inner world that I had kind of let go to the back burner for a long time.
Interesting. What college did you go to?
UMass Dartmouth.
Oh,
it's not a pretty school.
Okay, it's not a pretty school.
It's a good school, but not a pretty school. Yeah, it was good. I went there for 4 years, and I graduated with a small business management and entrepreneurship. It was the first year that they had that, so went ahead and took it on. And I always knew that I was gonna, go on a path that was a little bit different than everyone else. The 9 to 5. I tried that out, but 6 months later, I was like, no,
not for me.
Yeah.
Preaching to the choir. Yeah. I want to say hi, Paul. Paul's watching.
Hey, Paul.
Love you, Paul. So you said you were hooked, Rachel, your first class. Tell us what happened after your first class then. I mean, you were doing the online videos, but what led you to teach?
Yeah, so it was actually during the time where I got my office job, my 9 to 5. The company actually sponsored us through Equinox, so we got the gym, but they also had this beautiful open room in Boston, and I loved the teachers. I had Renee LeBlanc, Izzy Van Hall, Dan Steele, he's amazing. So
What up, Dan, if you're watching?
All of these like amazing instructors that had come from this lineage of really what is the core of yoga, more so than like the Instagram post, but like really getting to know you and your mentality and where you need to go. So I started practicing 5 to 7 times a week because it was the only thing that helped me. In the winters in Boston, it's really dark and there's not much to do outside, so I kind of got hooked in the winter. And a teacher, Jess, she came up to me and she just said, have you ever considered teaching? And I was like, yeah, no, I have. And I asked her where to go, and she recommended Yoga Works. She did not get her certification through there, but the teachers that I loved at Equinox did.
Went there.
So I looked into it, and I would say a year from then, I was graduating from teacher training. Yeah.
And when did you graduate? From today, if you're watching in real time, it's the end of 2018.
I graduated, let's see, two full years ago. And just
Are you talking about college or from
teacher training.
teacher training? So
Yeah.
it's been 2 years that you've been training. And then what brought you to Los Angeles? And we're on Los Angeles, everybody, if you're watching from outside.
Yeah.
And right now it's December and it's 50 degrees and we're freezing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cold. So what brought me to LA, one, the weather, of course, and just the opportunity out here. Boston does have a small knitted yoga community, but yoga's everywhere here. And some took that as, oh, it's oversaturated, you're not going to get into anything anywhere. And I took it as there's more people accepting that culture and more branches to explore. So why not come over here and see what happens? And ever since then, I've just,
I was just having this conversation with some friends the other day, and we were talking about how, I don't want to say yoga, but I'm going to say more consciousness is on the planet now. And I was wondering if Oprah or people of that nature have a lot to do with, little things here and there where we're starting to wake up, and that Los Angeles is one of those places. It's just interesting to me to talk about it.
Everything seems to start from here. I was talking to my brother the other day, and Pokey, the little sushi bowls, are just starting to get big over there.
And we're like,
and I was
that's so last year.
Yeah, and I was like, they've come and gone. So, just a small example, but in terms of consciousness, definitely, this just seems to be the place of light. And I try to think of every time we're in Shavasana, we're this little pocket of light. And that's going to eventually add to the other little pockets everywhere that is experiencing the same feeling.
Yeah, ripple effect.
Yes.
You talked about the core of yoga. For you, Rachel, what is the core of yoga?
Getting to know myself to a degree that I'm so at peace with myself, and I also know where I can go, where I can't go, in terms of what's healthy for me, but what may create an imbalance. Getting to know that core of myself through meditation, through listening, reflecting, even the poses, seeing where my body can go versus someone else, but respecting myself to know, that's me, and loving me.
I love that. Yeah, usually when I'm in Shavasana, and I know some people it's hard to turn off their minds, I go into questions and I start asking questions for throughout the day rather than going into the wrongness that I can't shut my brain off. So that works for me.
Yeah.
Rachel, what are some rituals you have in your life that maybe somebody watching go, oh, I could take that, I love that. Like I have my own fitness rituals that can get me through a class. I have my favorite pants that I wear that I feel good in. What are yours?
I would say one of my favorites would be playing with incense, Palo Santo, white sage. Smell is really important to me. It can make or break a room.
A relationship.
Yeah,
it can make or break.
I hope I'm not stinky from class. But it can, for sure. And also like candles, things that bring warmth. That's one of my major rituals. Like where can I bring warmth? Because I'm naturally a cold person. So
Is this also every day, or are you just talking about in class?
Every day.
Every day. In your house,
My apartment's full of incense and candles, and you walk in and you're like, am I in a witchery? like dungeon? No.
Love it. Yeah, that's my house
So
too.
that would be one of my first ones. Just a lot of, I need to laugh every day. So it's not yoga, but I love comedy. I need to go to a comedy store. My friend Jamie has Dynasty Typewriter. I love it over there. Bill Burr, he's one of my favorites. He's a Boston man himself, and we got to see him for a few weeks ago for my Christmas present.
You know I did stand-up, right?
No.
A couple months ago? Yeah, I've done it a couple times. Oh my gosh.
I like to think I'm funny, but I don't,
We all
I don't
think
really
we're funny.
know. Sometimes I don't
You
get
do
laughs
it.
in class, it's fine. But no,
They're laughing inside.
Comedy to me is huge, and I need to laugh in order to. There's so much pent up stuff sometimes that when you laugh, it's so healthy. So, incense, candles, laughing, and animals. Animals are my everyday. So I have 2 dogs. I have 2 chihuahuas, and if I'm not with them, I'm looking for an animal because I'm so connected. I've been a vegan for 3 years, so it's at the forefront for me to care for animals, just on a spiritual level. The act of like keeping them safe, and they're 2 rescue dogs. They're my dogs, so that's definitely like. Yeah.
So we got smells,
Yep.
laughing, and animals.
Yes.
Great. Sounds like my kind of gal.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll have some pigs one day. I want to have like a little farm sanctuary and get some pigs and goats, and
We're going to have goat yoga.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't tried it yet. I don't know.
No, thanks. Well, my girlfriend does do laughing yoga. She teaches it. It is so fun.
I've heard great things about that.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the awesome thing about yoga is that there's no right or wrong way to approach it. We come from a tree trunk of core values, but then there's branches for everyone to explore. That's why, you take my class, but you take other people's classes, and you have a diverse group of people helping you come to your best self.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Last question. I want to say hi, Tanyata. Thanks, Paul, for the. Yeah, he says Joanna did comedy. He came to my show. Last question. For somebody that is not practicing yoga on a regular basis, what is the one thing that they're going to get out of it that you can tell them? Because what I've come across is that, and how do I say this? The proposition from yoga that fitness people see is that because I'm not sweating and I'm not running or doing cardio, it's not as good for me. That's what I've noticed with people. So what can you tell that person?
Well, if you come to my class, you probably will have the experience of being a little bit more humble because yoga is a balance challenge, is that what I like to say a lot. So you are sweating in cardio. We have amazing instructors here that do cardio and strength training, but you're using your own body to find areas of strength. So if you're doing crow pose, any sort of balancing on your hands or on just one leg, and you start to stumble over, you're going to feel that humbleness, like I am strong, but there are always going to be areas to work on, and that correlates to life. Like I am strong in these areas, but taking honest looks at where we may not be as strong and starting to shift the focus there and being like, all right, I'm always going to be learning. I'm always going to be finding some way of improvement, but just in a way that, it's a fun experience. It's not like, oh, well, I can't balance. I'm the worst.
I'm messed up or, I'm not good.
Yeah, acceptance. So humility, acceptance, and surrender you'll get from my classes. Shavasana, surrender.
Yes. I say that all the time. I surrender. Jesus, take the wheel, that song. But yeah, it's just fun. Like, I surrender. I do that with my boyfriend. White flag. I surrender.
Yeah.
Where can I also
You're
surrender?
You're right. Okay.
Well, Rachel, this was a great conversation. We can talk all day long, and you can learn more about Rachel. She is going to be writing out all of her answers and more answers because she is our client. our instructor in the spotlight. I'm going to say client. And our instructor in the spotlight for this month. And she teaches vinyasa yoga here, restorative yoga. And now she's going to be teaching yoga with sound.
Yes. So my friend Rita is a sound practitioner. She comes from classical instrumentals, but she has picked up over the years amazing sound. Her range of, where her voice can go, unbelievable. So when you come to a class like that, you're going to experience really nice restorative poses, nothing too crazy. It's still going to stretch you out, but you're going to experience the sound waves into your body. We are, 90% water? Don't quote me on that.
Just like the earth.
But it does actually affect you. So when you come, just experience it, see how you feel mentally after and physically. And yeah, I'm really excited for those.
I highly, highly, highly recommend a sound bath, yoga with sound. It is, and my boyfriend does not like yoga.
Yeah.
Loved this class.
Back,
he keeps coming back, and he loved that class. He loved it. So I'm like, wow, that's a commercial right there. Because he's like, I have to tell everybody this was the best class. So she'll be teaching more yoga with sound with Rita. We're very excited. Thank you for watching. And once again, we are the Fit Factor Studio. We're in downtown Alhambra. You can find us on the web at thefitfactorstudio.com. and on Instagram and Facebook at that same name. Again, my name is Joanna Vargas, the creator of The Fit Factor, and I've been talking to Rachel Brodeur. She says it's French.
Yes.
Brodeur, but we're going to say Brodeur because we're in LA.
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Paula. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Appreciate it. See ya. Yeah, one more time.